welcome to online study guide. So we start with the chapter 3 from the management theory. So it is organizational environment. So what is organization environment? So which are the forces outside the boundaries that can impact the organizations? For example, when we say external environment, internal environment, so that result into organization performance. So most of the time we get opportunities that is opening for managers to enhance revenue and open markets from the western world or from the different markets, new technologies, new markets and new ideas that is getting from the outside world. Threats can be shortage of raw material, shortage of supply of human resources, economic policies, economic imbalances, cross cultural challenges. So these things can be part of threats. So if you are a manager, you should be well versed with all these things, how you are going to cope up. Then when you see a pictorial representation, see it is given here. If it is an organization or a firm that we can identify, so within that we have an environment. So organization environment that immediate have the impact on competitors, customers, suppliers, and distributors. So this is called task environment. There are two different types. One is general environment, that is outside, completely outside of the organization. The immediate one is the task environment. If you are an FMCG company, let us say a fast moving consumer durables, you take the example of Hindustan Unilever. Who are the competitors? The competitors can be Dabur, Marico, Gillette, Britannia, so all these things. So like these competitors, their product, their product price, how they promote the product, distribution strategies. Then come to customers. Who are your customers in producing the product and how you are going to satisfy the customers? So if you are organization running a service business or a product, customer is one of the important entity. Then supplier and distributor. Who are your suppliers? Because when you manufacture, it is part of the supply chain. Supply chain is coming from the, if you are a running a retail outlet of a vegetable, suppliers can be the farmers, dairy farmers. If you are uh, starting a retail outlet of a garments, suppliers can be cotton manufacturers. So relationship, how you build with them. Then finally the distribution of the product, how you distribute, how do you find the distributors in local market, global market, what is the promotion that you offer to them, why they keep your product in their desk, what is the motivation that you give to the distributor. So these things must be clear. Then the general environment, when you see socio cultural forces, for example, McDonald's is there. When you say McDonald's, McDonald's is different product categories. In India, there is no beef, but in US there is a beef. Like that, the cultural aspects in the product and the socio-cultural aspect. How do you greet the customer? How do you interact with the customer? Also part of the general environment. Then economy. So economic slowdown, income generation, supply and demand. So in the global market, demography. So age factor. Then a different type of gender factors. So all these can be part of demography, political and legal factor. So in US there are certain products are banned, and nowadays the Chinese products are ruling the world and it is banned by some of the countries. So legal and political implications, that part of their the foreign policy. So change or shift in the political structure will bring the change to the organizations. Then the global forces, technological forces. So today people are using Amazon, Flipkart, for eBay, Walmart, Alibaba for purchasing the products by using the technology. So advancement of the technology in a different areas also part of the organization forces. So like this we can distinguish a task environment, supplier, distributor, customer, and competitor. So this is about what we have discussed in the earlier raw material, components, labor, quality of the raw material, how we interact and enhance the quality. Then task environment, distribution ship for the companies. If you are a PC manufacturer across the world, you should have a distributors. Or you are selling the product directly. Will you have the company owned distribution ship? Customers, one of the important stakeholders of the organization. Task environment, competitors should be identified, cost benefits, cost advantage. So your competitors are also one of the important stakeholders in deciding the quality of the product, price of the product life cycle, then the amount of quantity that should be marketed, advertisement, branding, all these are in line with the competitor analysis. You require to identify strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat for your brand and your competitive strength over the competition in every field. If you take telecom sector, how Reliance Jio is leading and how it is taking the market of Airtel, and how Birla Vodafone is struggling to survive in the market. In retail space, how DMart become a world leader and overcoming the retail problems and getting higher margins and bringing much of the profits for the companies. So economies of scale, brand loyalty, all these are part of this. Then come to the industry life cycle. So how the industry will change over a period of time. For example, birth stage, Reliance, Reliance Jio, growth stage, how the companies will grow over a period of time, how the companies are developing their products, how the companies are making their products to the growth stage, improving the product image, brand image, organization image. So these things can be part of the growth. So growth stage, what happens? New firms enter into industry, production improves, distributors emerges. So new firms in terms of telecom space, FMCG space, communication space, we can identify n number of new firms which are coming. So shakeout stage. So we have growth stage before that, growth stage, shakeout stage, that is slowing of the customer demand, phase out stage. For example, when Patanjali come to the market, there is a huge demand for the product. Slowly it becomes saturated. Then after the saturation, it depends on the company's marketing and product quality that makes further improvement in the product. Like that, if the company is growing at a single stage to growth stage, how long it sustain at each and every stage also matters. So maturity stage, it is the growth is very slow. Slowly company is required to renovate its businesses to sustain. Airtel is in the maturity stage, providing lot of offers to the customer, increasing the customer base, providing the new data offers. Reliance Fresh, like that, there are so many companies moving from the maturity, and stopping not to bring the declining stage. So declining is a place where there is a low or reduction of the demand. Slowly, demand will reduce and the products will be nowhere. So most of the time, we remember the products like Micromax, Elcon. There are products even including Samsung. Once Samsung mobile have very good growth period, then maturity and then decline. Before that, there are Nokia mobile phone. There is a huge growth stage, maturity and declining stage. Yahoo. So like this, in every field of study, we can identify such companies. As assignment, you can take different type of sectors. You can take pharma sector, FMCG sector, telecom sector, so hospitality sector, tourism, hotel management. In all these sectors, you identify the companies at the introduction stage, growth stage, maturity stage, and declining stage. So then, general environment that we already know that economic, technological, demographic issues, how the managers will cope up with these issues. So economic forces like monetary policy, rate cut. For example, in India, Reserve Bank of India will monitor the interest rates every quarter and add the BPS. So there are different additions to the monetary and fiscal policy. Employment, economic growth, gross domestic product, gross national product, personal wealth of the individuals. So if the economy is strong, people will try to purchase the products. If not, there is a slump in the consumption. Technology. So technological factors bring new challenges for the marketeers. There is a era of digital marketing. You buy the products online, so customer feedback, customer interaction is reduced to the physical retail stores. So you are taking care of all the customers in different part of the world without having any barriers, socio cultural, language, technological barriers. So these also one of the factors, social cultural forces. So all these things, culture, society, a predefined set of norms every society will have. For example, in India, there are certain restrictions on the food. If it is in Saudi Arabia, there are different type of restrictions imposed on the lifestyle. Like in some places, cigarettes and alcohol is banned. So norms, regulations, customs should be respected by the companies to sustain in such a marketplace. Then industry life cycle, when we see it should look like this: birth, growth, stakeout, maturity, declining. So demography. So demography is gender, age, ethnic origin. So there is a distinguishment of the different set of people work together. Americans, Indians, Chinese, Japanese, Africans work together for the same objective. So demography create the new challenge for the companies. So industrial countries bring new challenges, new demand for the healthcare sector. So coronavirus pandemic brought a new challenges for the pharma industry, new opportunities for the developing countries, manufacturing industries. So like these political forces, laws governed by the a set of political system, global forces, global arrangements like free trade agreements, CAT, NAFTA, and the European Union. So those involvements, so general agreement on tariff and trade, North American Federation, North American Free Trade Association, so EU. So all these things can be part of the global forces. So managing the organization environment, it's part of complexity that arises from the Environmental complexity. So managers should require to pay the attention for the impact of such things. So more forces, the more complex the manager's job becomes, because internal stakeholders, task, as well as the global environment. And if you are a manager, you require to cope up with all these things. Environmental changes that takes place. Change rates are hard to predict. Even environment can be a financial environment, product marketing environment, then even it is a cultural environment or climatic changes. So how the managers will cope up with this, and how we are going to reduce the impact of this. So it is based on the uncertainty that we have learned as part of the contingency theories. So managers require to reduce the impact of uncertainty. So it is based on the how we are going to it becomes part of training for facing the uncertainty and cost cutting by certain different line managers, and identifying the competitor moves. So what happening in the competitors world, what happening in the outside of the company. So all these things should be identified. Environment is not of the physical environment, mostly it's a organization environment, industry environment, like cement industry is there, how the cement sector growth is there, what is the government motivation, is there any tax exemption for the government cement industries to encourage the construction, whether these things are there or not should be identified by the things. So we need to focus on industries, pharma industry. What is the scenario? India holds so many pharma companies, and most of the exports, Indian exports are to the United States. And we have so many pharma companies in the outskirts of cities like Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam, and even Noida, Gurgaon. So it has a lot of pharma hub. So organization structure, next one, it is how we are going to define structural relationships. So mechanistic or organic structures. Organic structures we can see in the MNCs mostly, and mechanistic structures we can see some of the traditional organizations. So boundary spanning. What do you mean by boundary spanning? That is, managers must gain access to information to forecast the future issues, because how we are going to focusing the addressing the issue based on the information demand, competitor moves and changes. So it is a practice relating to people outside of the organization, how they influence. So how we are going to influence the stakeholders like customer, competitor, supplier, distributor, and what we require from the customer is what customer require. We need to know what customer require from us, how we are going to give exactly what he requires. If it is a technological product, if it is a mobile phone, what a customer requires exactly. If he is an Indian customer, what he requires, Chinese, US, there is a demography factor. So what focus it is? It's on the network speed, camera setting, so video, app running. All these things matter for a designing of the product. What suppliers are looking into? They're looking into the payments. They're looking into the long-term dependability on the organization. So these things also should be addressed. So boundary spanning looks into managers in boundary, spanning roles, feedback, information to other managers. So we can say here we get a quality of information from different stakeholders, and it should be put into the organization from the managers, and accordingly we derive the solution from that. Then it's a kind of scanning and monitoring, including trade journals, how it works well or not, You go for business journals, Economic Times, Business Standard, lot of other journals. Also look for the stock and financial markets. So gatekeeping is a role to information, dissemination of the information, what such information to be required. So what should be inside and what should be outside related to the information. Then interorganizational relations looks for the global alliances. Like if you say Reliance have lot of global alliances, they are attracting the investments from different parts of the world, from Singapore, from UAE, from different worlds. They have investments into Reliance Geo, even into Reliance refinery. They have investments from Saudis, one of the largest petroleum refinery, Aramco. So change as a two-way process. One is environment and organization. It's a vice versa. So like this, we can say many organization elements, managerial environment or organization environment comprises of set of task environment and global environment. We need to look for the stakeholders, customers, competitor, distributor, supplier as the primary task environment. Then focusing on political structure, trade relations, global forces, global treaties, like European Union, SAARC countries, WHO, IMF, International Monetary Fund, their role on the reforms and the stability, financial institution, government lending rates, so interest rates provided to the individuals in different countries, purchasing power parity, all these things part of the sustainable sustainability for any organization, spending and consumption pattern across the world. Why India is hosting so many retail stores and how they get most of the profits. The profits can be released from the if you have a longer customer base for a retail industry, margins are very low. But when we have larger customer base, profits will be generated. Like China, India population accounts for almost 70% of the world's population. Better opportunities for the retail industry, like that we have to classify based on the demographics to be sustainable for the industry. So like this we can focus in this chapter. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you all of you.